Okay.
Jesus.
I see you, champion. Sit, please.
You shouldn't miss this chance to trade. Honorable pain, that.
Sit with me, Outlander. I've got something to tell you. I hear the rebels want you dead, Outlander. But I know someone who might be willing to teach you some of their fighting techniques. His name's LaRocca. He trains the soldiers at Scalding Spear, just west of here. Don't think he'd mind seeing the champion in action.
Maybe I'll pay him a visit if I'm out that way.
You can trust a Tanakh when it comes to commerce.
Keep your eyes open out there, soldier.
Where have I seen this before? Aloy!
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. You sure you're okay being alone in here?
I have Gaia, and learning how to interpret the glyphs of the old ones, it keeps me occupied.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this. No. For now, I must leave the tribe behind.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes. She was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
You mentioned you've been teaching yourself how to read?
Yes. Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected, and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
That's good to hear. Did Gaia tell you anything about Zenith?
She did. Though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here. It is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking, that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tenakth?
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tenakth looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tenakth saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tenakth with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tenakth would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat. This custom was abandoned a few years after the derangement. some veterans still remain in the plains.
I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus? You didn't seem to be on the best of terms.
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice. When the Karja invaded the Utaru plains, they did more than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
It couldn't have been easy. Seeing your people suffer while the Karja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided to apprentice as a healer. When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left. The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders. I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
You said you set out to fight the Karja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us join their ranks. We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Karja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh. Our enemies defeated. What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru Plains. I went back to Plainsong. But even as the harvest passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice. I could either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter. I need to go, but if you need anything, you can contact me through your focus.
I'll keep that in mind.
Search more cauldrons to learn how to run with that.
Quiet out there?
Huntress! You're back! Aloy, you managed to get those parts I asked for?
I'm working on it.
Always good to think before you buy. Did you find those shell walkers, Aloy? Better get down. This isn't a place for a machine. Those game pieces. They look like machines. How do you play with them? I'm not here to mentor any newcomers. On your way.
Playing then. Maybe the officer would know this game. I could go back to Chainscrape, find someone to teach me.
You're far from home, Nora. Hey!
What you looking at? Yo, Grounder!
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Savior! Over here!
Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvan's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Karja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the Bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvund up.
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
How does blaming the Karja for the Bristlebacks help Ulvund get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chainscrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Karja loosed the Bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the mad Sun King. Even with the valley working again, Ulvund hopes he can stir up enough resentment against the Karja to call for a strike.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
You said the Bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Took a hammer to your head?
They definitely got some bugs to work out.
Thanks for putting us all back to work, Savior. Bringing back pints is a whole lot nicer after a hard day's labor.
God, I love the scenery here.
Javad said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry. I should see if there's anything in the back of the valley. Dead bristleback, waterfalls. Gotta check it out. It's strange. Parts of it have been tampered with. Almost like an override. It looks like it died on impact. Maybe it charged off the cliff up there. I better keep following the trail up. An old mine. And a lot of broken trees. It's like a stampede went through. Is this where the bristlebacks came from? But how? Unless this cave leads out of the Daunt. Okay, let's see where this leads. The old cart tracks collapsed. It looks recent. Guess I'm not going that way. There's smoke from deeper in the mine. An explosion? Bristlebacks. So they did come through here. They must have gotten trapped. I'm gonna have to take them out before I can look around. take a look at where the smoke's coming from. There's a lot of smoke. It looks like the mine one's pretty far back. There's a lot of blaze down there. There's enough blaze here to blast a mountain open. And there's a note on one of the barrels. It's addressed to Olvend. Looks like this mine was supposed to be shut down. Olvend must have gotten greedy. Kept blasting deeper into the mountain. I should let Javad know what I found. So Olvend was secretly blasting in the mine, trying to squeeze it for all it's worth. Until Bristleback stampeded through. Maybe the explosions blew a way open? But from where?
Welcome, Outlander.
Savior, what news do you bring?
Picked up the Bristleback trail by the quarry. Looks like they stampeded out of a mine at the back of the valley.
The mine? How could a herd of bristlebacks come from there?
I'm not sure, but Ulvin's workers were using explosives to tap the tunnels inside.
For the love of Dawn, I told him it wasn't worth the risk. Those tunnels, they run for miles underground, even beyond the Daunt. No, you don't think...
That Ulvin's blasting opened up a passage from the other side?
Perhaps. Yes, perhaps. If this is true, we need confirmation. An inquiry. So thorough, so irrefutable, endorsed by the Savior.
All right, I'll keep looking. I need to go.
Of course.
At the embassy, Regala's rebels were riding bristlebacks. If they attack from the north, they might have a camp up that way.
You're awful far west for Nora, aren't you? Oh there, sister!
Took us to a dyer later. Glide in. Some kind of outpost. With pens. It might be where Regala's keeping her machines. I need to find a way to get in there. I could scan the area to see what I'm up against. And tag any rebels or machines in my focus to keep track of them. It's weak against shock. Clear out this place before I can look around.
Why did we have to stay behind to guard chain machines? We should be out there fighting.
Someone needs to keep an eye on them. Regala will run us through if we lose any more.
It wasn't our fault. The ground opened up out of nowhere.
Huh. See if she cares for that excuse.
Steady now.
No sign of anyone. Sorry.
Stop crying, Wolf. Would you?
At ease. There can't have been anyone here.
How are you doing?
Got a piece of it. Pens, not that many machines. Where'd they all go? Better check in that cave. Drawbridge. Might be my way across. That's one half of the bridge. How to drop the other side? Looks like there are a couple of weak points. There are ropes attached to the bridge. There. Bridge is down.
Hi, Anna.
Bristleback. It looks like it fell into a tunnel.
What's up?
So the rebels were keeping bristlebacks here. The machines fell into the tunnel, which must have collapsed as they ran further in. What if Ulvin's explosives created the sinkhole? I should head back to Chainscrape to let Javad know.
You know, if you leave comments on here, it makes talking to you guys a lot more fun and easy. Anna, you should tell your mom to leave comments and stuff. Okay, auto run has got to go. use your phone, that's how you leave comments. You use both. Yeah, see, now there's actually something to talk about because you're leaving comments. Sucker. Keep going the wrong way. Now it says nobody's watching. What the hell? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do this the easy way. Oh, there we go. Now it says somebody's watching. There's a little thingy on the corner that tells me how many people are watching. It says 1. At first it says 0. So, I don't know. Maybe YouTube needs to get their shit together. Okay, there's a fire, because I don't want to walk this far. What kind of stuff do I got in my stash? We need to get you better streaming stuff. Gee, thanks. No, you shut up. I didn't say shut up. I said gee, thanks. Well, yeah, if I'm gonna be streaming, I need better streaming stuff. That makes sense. I don't understand where you're going with this. I'm so confused. I'm but a simple machine hunter.
Nice to see you too.
I don't feel like walking all the way. I don't know what to tell you. Hi, Louie. Hi, Louie. Oh, the ghost scratchies. The ghost scratchies. Don't fart. Your fucking ass is right by my face. You little shithead. Where's your boy? Where's your good boy?
This pack didn't stand a chance against her, huh?
So, you've returned from the west. Any luck?
The bristlebacks were being penned by Tenakth rebels on the other side of the mountains. Ulvin's explosives opened up a sinkhole, dropping them into the tunnels.
Which they followed to the mine and out into the Daunt.
Right. Aside from the rebels, if anyone is to blame for the bristlebacks, it's Ulvin.
Radiant beams of the sun. And all this time he was pointing the finger at us. Bring Ulvin here. Petra, too.
I'll have to find more machine sites to get the parts I need.
Summoned like a blasted ale winch. You best be meaning to put pen to parch. What? Why is she here?
I live here too, lugnut. So what's this about?
Thanks to the Savior, the sun has shown the truth on the bristleback incursion. Tenakth rebels were keeping pens of machines on the other side of the mountains. A sinkhole swallowed them, releasing them into the underground tunnels that led east and out into the Daunt.
So it was an accident. But let us not forget that it was the Karja...
I'm not done. The sinkhole only formed due to your unauthorized blasting in the southern mine, Ulvund. You are responsible for the machine rampage, the workers we lost, the destruction the bristlebacks caused. All of it.
My dear magistrate, has your precious son baked your senses? I would never give such an order without first consulting you.
Evidence says otherwise. Aloy found the shipping manifest in the mine. You skirted the laws of the Sundom, Ulvund. All for a few extra shards.
That stampede crushed nearly a dozen workers.
Quality.
I demand an official investigation. I won't be the victim of some Karja scheme.
Certainly. We'll conduct a thorough inquest into everything. Every business deal you ever put your name to.
Well, that's not necessary, is it? What if I just return to the claim?
Oh, well, that would save the crown the cost.
Of course. I'll be on my way as soon as I wrap up some previous commitments, tie up some loose ends. After all, the welfare of Chainscrape's people in a transition like
Nope,
this...
you're leaving right now. Chainscrape will be just fine.
You think she can run this scorched-out forged dump? Ha! Knock yourself out.
What do you mean by quality?
Get out.
Crunch, crunch. Yeah, well, you know, hot Cheetos.
Get off me!
Mud looks good on you, Ulvin.
As the sun burns away shadow. Thank you for that, Aloy.
Oh,
Are you saying my quality is
Here,
bad? Is that what that text
please
message is
accept
about?
this token of gratitude. You've done the Sundom and my sanity a great service.
Ah.
And I believe we have some matters to discuss.
Guess we do. Not the most pleasant boots to fill, but I'll wear them. All thanks to you, Flamehair.
Okay. Chainscrape will be better off with Petra in charge.
All better now. Okay. What other things can we go and do and get in trouble with? Oh my god. Oh my god, what? I have fucking skill points. What do you mean you shouldn't say things you're thinking? That's the whole point. You say things that you're thinking and then I talk. Duh. Who the fuck cares if it's clean? It's not like I'm getting paid.
You know what we need? A proper survey of the valley.
And even the Savior needs some chiropractic.
How did you do that fighting fit?
Wait, can I play in the...
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's O'Dirk. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tenakth fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tenakth have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits when I'm back out that way.
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tenakth are split into 3 clans. 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tenakth don't kill you on sight, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offer challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
I mean, realistically, if you go to the conversation with me and Gaia, that's about the only really important thing you need.
You!
Yeah!
Yeah!
I can use your insights right on. Listen to me. Yes!
I'm living it for you.
That attacks are fast, but easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks.
You've mastered light attacks.
There.
Okay.
That should be enough wild meat for Mildif.
Okay. I'll be here. be attacked. Sure, why not?
Looking sharp as ever.
Yeah.
What?
Red hair is a sign of genius, you know?
Heavy attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage,
I'll have to
but
explore
they're
more
slow,
machine sites.
so your opponents might counterattack.
There. That should be enough wild meat for Mildif.
Drinks later.
Do you speak ale, friend?
Power attacks smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage. But they're slow and leave you vulnerable, so pick your moment.
There. That should be enough wild meat for Mildif.
Oh, no shit. There's a whole bunch of things I can learn. God damn. Well, we've done tutorials, so we're gonna challenge this to be that. Okay. Let's see what this does.
Ignoring me again?
Whoa.
Must be someone How loaded, Hammerhead?
Fine day for poor singing, I say.
To find more machine sites.
The
to get
savior of
parts out.
Meridian wins!
There. That should be enough wild meat for Mildif. This will be in my stash when I need it.
Maybe I should charge to one.
Like Oldman's gone for good. Never
thought I'd see the day.
About time.
Here, you're the rowdy spark we should be thanking for kicking Olvin out of the forge.
Petra mentioned you were trouble, and trouble's always welcome at my shop. Take a look. Won't find weapons like these anywhere in the Dawn. Guaranteed. See you when I see you, Red.
Maybe this guy will fix my lucky hammer by then.
Maybe it'll stop breaking, too.
Wish I could be that girl.
With Ulvin gone, there'll be less trouble all the way.
Does that mean you'll have time to fix my lucky hammer?
Again?
You ever wonder if this is worth it? Missing these moments over a few shards? Those few shards are gonna buy a better future. Something wrong with your knee? Walked past Thurless old shop and tripped over one of these stupid wires. Hey! Didn't go boom. Well, I hope a bristleback trips him up. Rude. Oh yeah, sure. Get around him. I'll, oof.
Ah, hello again. How goes your search?
About that. I should be going.
Right.
Anyone see where I put my drink? Brother!
Hey, I hope you're feeling better today. Look at you!
You out of the forge early, huh? A little too close to the west for my liking. To the plane! That reminds me.
Well,
look who's back.
Why not sit down for a game of strike? Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set, a Tanakh original, straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too.
Okay.
right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you... Move that machine forward. It's all part of the learn... Gotta move that machine forward. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round. So go ahead and pick... Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece close. When performing in it, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the 2 machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by... Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Try sprinting up to 1... If you sprint, you'll be able to reach my machine. Go ahead, just sprint. If you sprint, you'll be...
I don't get it. I'm pressing the fucking X button and it's not doing anything. Oh, because it wants me to go to that
Downside
slot.
to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. So use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can see what I mean. That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes that can be a good thing. Overcharge your... Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're gonna receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now, you'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7 victory points this time, but you did destroy all my pieces. That means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard, was it? Just remember to always check for the best terrain to attack from. You'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget, these are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have them. It's a small set to be sure, but it should be enough to get you in on any strike games you find out there. You might even fancy looking out for them strike carvers. They've got all kinds of unique pieces that can turn a game in your favor, though they'll need the right materials to craft you one. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. I know I've lost my fair share of pieces after a night of machine hunting or brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I've got plenty of other boards. I could even teach you a few more tricks if you're up for it.
Thanks. I'll think about it.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours. The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and... Now let's take a... Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together, and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just improve you, it can also help defend your machines from attack. Grab your other piece and place it. Since it's standing on grassland terrain, this terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it, which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Ha! See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. There's still one more thing I want to show you. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering from me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play. Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches your strategy is the key to becoming a machine strike master. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board at the same time. With that in mind, most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But a real strike player will be looking at a machine's type and skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left. All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff. Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look at... Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram type machine. Attack an enemy with it and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece. A dash-type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the races. You should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list. It's got all the tips and tricks we talked about, too. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game, just let me know.
Well, what do you think? Should I play a real game of this fucking, like, it's machine chess, kind of. I kind of actually want a real version of this. Like, I want to actually play this game in real life. Yeah. Should we play this? Should we? You good at chess? I'm alright at it. But I want this game. This is the game I want. I want to play a game.
Let's play. I'm up. Board's all yours. Time to get serious. That's it for me. My turn. Your turn.
I will get rewards.
Okay, let's see. Your move, Red. I got a tough fight ahead of me. Well, that's done now.
Oh.
Time to make my move. You're up, Red. Ah, looks like I lost.
Okay. try something a little more
This
challenging.
is gonna be fun. My turn. Your move, Red. Time to make my move. That's it for me. Oh, that was the perfect spot. Time to get serious. That was brutal.
Yeah, something like that. I don't really know Magic the Gathering, but like this seems like it'd be a fun game in reality.
Ah, not that easy to get through my machine's armor, is it? I'm up. One less piece on the board. Your turn. Oh, seriously? Ah, down to one piece. I might win this thing. Okay, let's see. Board's all yours. That was a surprise. I was hoping you wouldn't do that. Time to make my move.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose this one.
Guess luck's not on your side today, Red.
Okay. We need to do more stuff.
Come back anytime, Red.
I suppose. Should we do quest stuff? Not in the game.
Eyes up here, sister.
Well, I mean, I'm asking for your opinion.
Why else would one leave the glory of Main Street? Boredom.
Okay, what kind of quest did I have? Did that. The enduring. Not doing that. Dash of chance. What is this? Why? I don't want to go further back. Fine. Quests and stuff. Okay. We'll do quests. I'll clean up some of the side quests that I have. So I really have the main quest is open. The next part of the main quest recommends level 17 anyway, so I kind of do need to level up. Ah, shit.
Time to follow up.
I can't go full screen because then I can't talk. Oh no. Maybe you should just use your echo to call mine. This is the guy who wants me to talk. Well, I mean, you know... Oh. What is it, Louis? Do you need food? I think he needs food. I'll be right back. Oh, fucking A, what the hell was that? My phone. Got one Mountain Dew left. I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm drinking my last Mountain Dew. You're old. What do you mean I'm old?
Looks like a last one. Scary ramblers.
Shove my spear up its ass. Can I get a piece? Smooth. I don't know what you're talking about, smooth. What is that?
This'll make a good dye.
Did it get a kill? Sweet. We're gonna get a piece of ice. Whoosh. I mean, you could call Dicks R Us. That might, you might get a piece of ass there. Nice. I love being a sniper. And so what? Who cares if it's on the internet forever for people to enjoy? What's the point of the internet?
Scavengers. Mildev said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles.
That's the whole point of this. To put things there for people to enjoy for years to come.
Okay, now to look through the scrap piles for a metal panel.
Kind of liking this new sharp shot ball. It's kind of nice. That was mean. What was mean? It's a joke! Jesus! Nothing mean about it.
No metal panel. Better check another scrap pile.
Actually, you know what? If you go up to Dix RS, can you bring me something back?
This metal panel should work for Mildev. Now I just need to gather some bitter leaf. If the Banuk can survive freezing, so can I.
Who said it was for me? Apparently I need one more bitter leaf, so where's the bitter leaf? No, no, no. If you're gonna get double stuff, then I'm in on it. mount that charger. Oh my god. These Oreos are amazing. Ha ha ha.
There's another cauldron with over a big iron.
Bastard. Oh. Where are you going? He's missing a horn. I need to go this way.
Ways with this.
What the hell? Oh, Megan, what are you talking about?
Aloy, back for more, huh? Another round here? Heard you've been busy. As for me, I'm gonna need a few more of these before I get back to the forge.
Is there something on your mind?
Well, things are better since Olvin got the boot. It may take a while to get this place running smooth.
If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and show you how that game ends.
Anyway, right now, I'm just worried about those refugees out from Sunfall. To come all this way enduring Forge knows what.
Shadow Carja refugees. What are they doing in the Daunt?
Looking for a new home, I gather. They're camped out by an old trailhead, southwest of here. And therein lies the problem. A Stormbird crashed up on the cliffs last week, and Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the salvage ever since. But the refugees have barred entrance. Mustn't interrupt their sun-scorched ritual. Something about finding a twilight path.
Huh. I've never heard them talk about that before.
Yeah, well, these particular Shadow Carja are an odd bunch. But overall, they're peaceful folk. Not that it matters to Tolland. He'll crack some heads to get to that salvage. Maybe you could swing by, convince him to set up camp somewhere else?
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big but realized it was heard about the rebuilding, and thanks to your...
I guess you found the right place.
Guess I did.
I thought you'd be back.
Well,
God damn it.
Heard about and I guess I did.
What else can you tell me
I
about
know
the
how it
Shadow
works
Carja refugees?
online.
Well, they don't
You
call
always
themselves
use
Shadow
tags
Carja for
online.
one. At least not anymore. They're some other brand of sun crazed. But whatever side of the sun they're on, they're peaceful through and through. Don't seem to want for nothing except a place to live, pray, and just enough food to
I mean,
keep
it's
from
not
starving.
bad. I
So
don't
they're
mind
just
doing
camped
this.
outside by a trail, blocking entry to a wrecked Stormbird, waiting for what exactly?
Don't rightly know, but I'll tell you this. Should they ever wise up and salvage it, a Stormbird heart is worth a lot. And if they get there first, then by Ostrom law, it's theirs. Not that Tolan Cleanbrokers ever lost sleep over any law breaking.
Who is this Tolland Cleanbroker?
Just some chuff-huffing pondsman. Got a shop here in town. Lived in Chainscrape since there was a Chainscrape. He and Ulvin go back a ways. Like a pair of coals and a campfire, those two.
He didn't clear out when Ulvin left?
Two might be chummy, but Tolland scrapes up his own scams. Got just enough deniability to keep his shop open. And he ain't the type to let a few refugees get between him and Stormbird salvage.
The concession decree Ulvin wanted, what was it exactly? And how would it have helped him?
Big old pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would have put all Ostrom claims in the Daunt under Ostrom law, even though they're on Carja land. It would have meant that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Carja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors backing the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvin had a stake in all those claims, it would have made him, not to mention, so he could have...
Already has
He's a
all.
sly...
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll talk to the refugees. Try to convince them to move.
Oh, don't
Much
thank me.
appreciated. They have it rough. Don't need Tolland making it rougher.
Petra said Tolland has a shop here in Chainscrape. I could have a word with him first. I think I have everything I need from Mildif. Good
Oh,
thing,
hey.
too. I could use a decent meal.
You hear about that traveling Oseram troop? Maybe join them if I could. Be careful what you wish for.
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive a visit from a very demanding customer. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Wow. Mildif, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again. Back for that free meal? Go on.
That looks cool. Cool. I can make space.
I'm telling you, I saw it scoop up a whole bunch of
It might be a good idea to stock up on some food before I head back out. And see what else Mildif's cooking up.
It's you. The machine hunter that bailed out the Karja.
Never heard it put that way before.
What do you want?
Heard you've been hassling refugees up by the cliffs.
Yeah, well, you heard wrong. There's salvage up there. A Stormbird. Nailed him myself with a harpoon here in town. Not an easy shot if I do say so myself. That clipped its wing. And it crashed into the old tower up there. Killed it quick. Yeah, so if anyone's hassling anyone, it's the Shadow Karja filth that's blocking the way up to my claim.
And you're ready to crack some skulls to get to it?
No need. It's a raggedy bunch. Probably all starved before I have to lift a finger.
We'll see about that.
Oh yeah, we will, won't we? Now shop's closed to Carja lovers. On your blasted way.
Well, I hope a bristleback trips him up.
Ooh, viewpoint.
With Ulvin gone, there'll be less trouble all around.
Does that mean you'll have time to fix my lucky hair?
Again?
3 months. Almost 4.
Well, no, that'll be an interesting climb. Tried what? Oh, I woke up at like 2:30. No. No sleepy. Where is that viewpoint? There it is. Hey look, it's a cell tower.
An image from the old world. Looks like some kind of building in front of sheer cliffs. The image is incomplete. But maybe if I line it up exactly with where it was taken, my focus can fill in the rest.
Marked area on your map. Use the focus to line up the image. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Well, it's better than anything I can make.
Damn it, I did not want to eat that.
I lost the Vista Point image. Gotta stay in the right area and try again.
Them shadow cards are taking a
Those people are under attack.
Hey! You up there! Aren't you gonna help?
Not my job. I'm just here to keep an eye on you.
More machines on their way.
Here we go. Get to safety. I'll handle the rest.
Go, Lakasha! I'll help the Nora!
Whoa!
That's the last of them. Better check on the refugees. Stocking up for that.
Is it bad, Lakasha?
Shh, now. Everything will be fine.
Is everyone okay?
Bruised, but not buried. Our order will live to see another day.
Are you sure about that?
We're no strangers to hardship, Nora. We've crossed half the Sundom with no more than the clothes on our backs. And as soon as our Sun Priest returns, our path will be clear. For now, we wait.
Well, you're better off waiting somewhere else. Your people need shelter. There's a town east of...
Chainscrape. Yes. We know of it. Savohar says it's not suitable for us.
Who?
Our Sun Priest. Our order has made it this far thanks to his guiding light.
Okay, and where is this Savohar?
He went up to the tower to meditate 3 days ago, and he won't come down until the sun shows him the way to our new home. The fallen storm bird is an omen, he said. And of course, it must be.
I see. And how long do you plan on waiting for him?
Until he returns. He will return. He must.
You're Shadow Karja, aren't you?
We are the Order of Twilight.
The difference being...
When the usurper Avad killed his father, we fled with the Karja in shadow to Sunfall. Our lives there were difficult. Savohar saw our misery, lifted us up, protected us from the corrupt priests and heartless kestrels. When their rule ended, Savohar led us from the Shadowlands. The long night ends, and the setting sun will lead us to salvation, he said. And so he named us the Order of Twilight. We journeyed west in search of a better life.
Why didn't you go back to Meridian?
Avad is a patricide. We will not kneel to the likes of him. We must walk in twilight to our new home. Savohar will lead us there.
Uh-huh. There's an Oseram in Chainscrape, Tolland. He wants the Stormbird up there.
Yes. He was here just yesterday. A very unpleasant man, even by Oseram standards. He made all manner of threats. But we will not be intimidated.
That's all well and good, but he's got friends. Sooner or later, his whole gang will show up.
Savohar will come through. He always does. We just need to give him more time.
You're out of time, Lakasha. You need to consider packing up and...
We won't leave him.
and we won't let others disrupt his meditation.
Well, they're going to try.
Oh, shit.
Your priest, Savohar. You said he's been up there 3 days.
His meditation can't be rushed.
So he does this often? Meditating for days on end?
Well, it doesn't usually take this long. But he will guide us through. He always has. We have faith.
Sure. But shelter looks like a more pressing concern. Look at yourselves. Those machines nearly wiped you out. And Oseram thugs are watching you, just waiting to strike. You're in danger here. You need to grab Savohar and get out.
Our situation. This is the worst we've endured. I know we cannot stay here, but without Savohar to guide us, I don't...
Let me up there. And I'll convince him it's time to move on.
But his meditation... If he hasn't received his vision, he won't follow.
At least let me check on him. If he's been up there for days.
Yes. Yes, that is sensible, I suppose. Please, be careful. The trail up to the tower's falling apart. Savohar is strong, but it could not have been an easy climb.
It rarely is.
Let the Nora pass.
What's up? Sure. Cube works. Cubes are yummy.
The ladder. Akasha was right. The trail's in bad shape.
What the hell was that, lady?
This looks recent. Must have broken off when Savohar climbed up here.
That was dope.
I'll save this for a dyer. I think I can reach those beams if I jump against the cliff.
Tap circle to perform a wall jump. What the fuck? There we go.
Okay, now how to climb higher. ladder must have broken off after Savahar passed through. I need to find another way up. Broken bridge. I might be able to make the jump to the other side. He must have hurt himself pretty bad getting over the bridge. It's not looking good. It looks like he left a trail. I can follow with my focus. There's the Stormbird. Getting closer. Machines. Savahar must have snuck past them. I could probably slip past them. Or take them out.
Oh, come on. You know what?
Find some my stash later. That's all of them. There's Savahar. In pretty bad shape.
The true sun above me. The true sun before me. Show me the way this eventide. The true sun above me.
You must be Savahar.
The true sun before me. Show me the way this eventide. No. No. The vessel must be empty for the coming vision.
You don't need a vision. You need medical attention. On the way up, I saw parts of the trail had given way. Is that how you hurt yourself?
My pain. All part of the ritual.
You're hurt bad. And your people are running out of time. Staring at the Stormbird isn't solving anything.
You don't understand the omen. It fell here at the beacon. I just need to see the twilight path. My people will find their home.
Listen, Makasha is doing the best she can down there, but machine attacks, angry Oseram. The Order is scared, Sevar.
The last rays of Eventide will burn away their fear.
I don't think so. What do you think's gonna happen here? If you sit long enough, the sun will show you something?
A path to a new home. A fallen machine can only mean that the storm has passed. And salvation is at hand.
Or some Oseram shot it, and it hit an old tower. Look, I think you punctured a lung. You can't heal it with prayer.
The sun will provide. And I will not lose faith.
I'd be more concerned about losing blood. Your people are worried about you. They need shelter, security.
True sun, love me. The true sun form. Show me the way. This eventide.
I think you've been staring at your salvation this whole time.
The true sun of me.
Gotta get over to that Stormbird. Grab its heart. Stormbird heart is valuable. Enough to feed all the refugees waiting below. And his answer is sunstroke and a prayer? Why does every priest I meet think blind faith is the answer to everything?
Up. There you go. Jesus.
Strong smell.
Why'd you have to wig out at the kids? Maybe I should just try looking for a goddamn door.
The Osram that was watching the refugees probably went to get Tolland. I gotta get them out of here before he comes back.
Kids are always fighting about stupid shit.
There. The Order should be able to afford shelter with this heart. Some food and a change of clothes wouldn't hurt either. Looks like some kind of lens. Guess I'll keep it for later.
Savahar? How you holding up?
I need to get back over there. Savahar? I guess you did the best you could. Rest easy now. I'll make sure your people are safe. I should let Lakasha know. And give her the Stormbird heart.
And we get to take the fun way down. Yay!
There's Tolland with the slugs.
I'm a generous gent. So I'll give you one more chance to make it easy on yourselves and clear out.
We won't let you pass, Asaram. If you choose bloodshed, that's on your conscience.
Ain't it just like the cards to make things harder than they have to be? Okay, boys. You heard her. Get your consciences ready.
Hold on now, Tolland.
You again? Listen, I'm all out of patience here. I clipped that Stormbird's wings. The salvage is mine. I don't care who gets in my way. Nora savages or shadow cars or flea bags. I'm taking it.
Okay, so you clipped the Stormbird. But it's brought you nothing but trouble since. Refugees, squabbles. Me. Might be hard to swallow, but it's time to cut your losses, don't you think?
Come on, boss. It's not worth it.
Okay. You win. Hey, I'm doing fine. I don't need that salvage anyhow. But these people need all the help they can get. Come on, boys. Back to Chain Scrape. I need a drink.
Want one what?
Aloy, again, we thank you.
You're welcome. Now take this heart. Use it to buy food, clothes, shelter for your people. Maybe even land to build a new home.
This is... Savahar must make these decisions.
No, I'm sorry, Lakasha. Savahar isn't coming back. He's gone. I know it's hard, but your people need a leader now. Go to Chainscrape. Talk to the forge woman there, Petra. Give her the Stormbird heart. She'll look after you and your people until you can get back on your feet. Find your path.
I'll do my best, Aloy. What choice do I have? Here. Please accept this. It is modest, but I hope it helps in some small way. To chain scrape, then.
Guess I'll have to do some exploring to find the parts I need.
Skill points! Oh no, I didn't want to do that. You know what? Just because I can and it's fun. Yeah, I want one.
Ignoring me again? Hope you brought your best gear. The West knows no pity.
Ooh. We're gonna find that. Jump, motherfucker! Chicken shit ass.
I think I'm back in range of the vista point. I could try to find where the image was taken.
Jump. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Come on, fucker, I want sound. There we go. We have sound. Not that hectic, Jesus. That's called every day.